whoever is watching right now. Hi there. Hello everyone and welcome back to our lovely stream. Today is finally the day. Walpurgis Night is here and it's finally time to take a crack at my lunacy, see if I can get the new stuff, right? So, how is everyone doing today? Before we begin our pose and all of that, we got some stuff here to look around. As you can see, we got a new overlay. Everything is so nice now. We're streaming on a bigger resolution and a proper resolution that I can actually cut into my, video editing software. So welcome. Hello Heathcliff Fun Apprentice and hello Kisnib from Twitch. How are you all doing? You stole rolling books of jokes, I see. Alright, here we are. So, before we get started, let's see what the hell we have here. We already got our regular maintenance. We got 1,000 loot. Why are we getting this? Unity version upgrade air compensation. I'll take it, but I don't think I need it. And as of news of today, Limbus Company broke its all-time record for players. 300,000 managers. 310,000 managers. That is impressive. That is really impressive. What did the grapes say when it got stepped on? Nothing. It's just a little wine. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. It just let out a little wine. Alright. I hope everything is working properly. This is my first time using this combined chat thing. Now I have a tracker to see how many of you are gang stalking me at any time. I got myself some wireless headphones so I can, listen. There's no getting amount of event currencies like they were supposed to. Hadn't heard about it until now though. Let me just confirm. Do I have everything? I do have everything. And we have the Encephalic event as well, which is... it's nice, I guess. I kind of wish they would, let us fight the other Walpurgis Night events. They should do that, honestly, the next time they do an Encephalic event. Just let us fight the other abnormalities. Give us a little bit tread or something. Like, we got the fairy, we got Dawn of Ember, we got the worms, we got the robots. Let us fight them for a little XP, for a little bit of everything, yeah? So anyway, are we ready to punch a hole in our lunacy? Are we ready to get some pools in? Because I am. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Finally, an opportunity to use my lunacy and my tickets. Only problem is that there's only really one thing that I truly want from this. It's the minigun, which I'm very excited for to use it. Anyway, they have Bokak banner going on too, yeah? Just make us fight those enemies again. It's actually like an actual Bokak. Yeah, I would love to fight them again. But as it stands right now, I think we can only fight the... what's it called? The robots on the extreme pack of the Mirror Dungeon, which is kind of weird, all things considered. In any case, let us get down and start extracting. Alright. Should I do a counter of how much I've spent? Hold on, let me open Notepad here real quick. Alright, so first we're gonna use 10 tickets. Let me just get my drinky here. If we get something from in the first go, I'll pop this cigar open because I've been waiting for a long time. Whew, I'm excited. Here we go then. Our first 10 extraction. Let's see how we got. And... go! Nothing. Unless we get a surprise. No surprise. Just 2-star IDs. Alright. 10 first tickets down the drain. I wouldn't say down the drain. These 10 discharges are going to help me a lot. Let's go for the second 10 pool. And nothing. Unless the game decides to surprise me again. Nothing. Alright. Not a good start. My tickets are gone. And nothing once again. I am extracting on the right banner, right? I'm not extracting on the wrong one. Nothing. Unfortunately. I am going for the right one. Yeah. Alright, Deca extraction ticket time. We're still not touching our lunacy. Already 30 trick tickets in. Let's pop those 10s. And nothing again. That's 40 pools already. Oh, what difference does it matter for me? I already have everything. Here we go. It's Rhodia. Hello, Rhodia. Another tempo. And nothing. Come on, game. Throw me something here. Throw me something here. I will go to pity if I have to. I have no shame about that. Orlando Lib, hello there. I got the Hong Lu already. It's so sad. All right. Oh. I'm very excited for this. Sorry. All right, another tempo and nothing. Also, my auto scroll for this thing I'm using is not working correctly on my end, and so I had to zoom in on the chat window in OBS preview here. Hello there, Moises. Hello, Orlando Lib. And no surprises here. God damn it. Dagnabbit. Damnation. Alright, this is the last of my deck extractions. We are already gonna punch into our lunacy. Oh! Alright. Dupe or new stuff? Dupe or new stuff? It is a dupe. It's Angela again. Hi, Angela. I don't want you here. Alright. That was all of my deck extraction tickets and my normal extraction tickets. We're moving on to lunacy now. That is 70 rolls. We need to extract everything. We're gonna need 600 rolls. I don't think I got 600 rolls in my pocket here, but here we go. First 10 pool with lunacy. My lunacy is all leaking out of my hands. It's all slipping through my fingers. Oh, someone is calling me. I wonder if someone's trying to scam me. Just a second. Sorry about that. Hello. I knew it. It was a scam. I should really mute my phone during these times. All right. 10 more. Come on. Come on. Ah, I'm unlucky. Very unlucky. This cigar is calling to me. I want to light it. 20 with lunacy. Alright, continue. 30. It's going away. And nothing. Ah, it's all going away. Hello there, Wuo Project. That is a big amount of lunacy, and we got a repeat here. I think. Yep, Honglu. Hi, Honglu. Ah, my lunacy is all going away. 110. Let's keep it going. Oh, come on, man. The lunacy is leaking. And I saved the lunacy exactly for this, but I know it's still sad to see it go away like that. It's very sad. Oh, ooh, what could it be? Let's see. And it's Vina. It's Vina. It's Vina, Kisnib. It's Vina. There she is. She's here. I like Vina a lot, so I guess it's something nice to have. I still prefer Leihang though, or a unit, but here we go. We keep going. I want the Eagle. That is all I want. I could do without Salvador, although I want them too, or Yuna, but I want the Eagle, and we're not getting it. Extract again and again. And nothing. How deep heroine? 150? We need to pull at least a few of these so we can get to everything. Alright, one more. Let's keep it going. We're gonna keep burning our lunacy until we get it. That's how I roll. I've been saving. Oh. Alright. Here we go. And it is a repeat. No, it's Gregor. Nice. This animation is so cute. Yeah, we got Gregor. I am going to enjoy this, playing this. I want to see this backstory. I want to see the uptie. I need the lore. I need the lore. Give me the rest of this up. All right, we got 1 out of 3. Don't. We'll watch it together. No need to. Ooh. 1 out of 3. Any surprises? Gregor? No surprises. Oh, at crack in the dawn. I see. All right, we're sub 20,000 now. Oh, here we go. Green. The dawn of green. True green. It's magical true green. All right. Let's start with this one because it's already selected. It is... Yes. 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 Oh, I am going to enjoy deploying this in the mirror dungeon. Oh, yes. All right. Could it be the third one? Could it be what I yearned for? Well, not really. I already got what I yearned for. But it's Bina again. Hello, Bina. How are you doing? All right. Did we get enough to pull pity? We need 20 more. Well, we're gonna keep going until we hit 20, the Una, or we get the ideality. So, more lunacy. Feed the furnace. Fuel for the furnace. Nothing. Double Bina. That is a lot of tread for me to uptime my stuff, which we're gonna need. All right, final extraction before we hit pity. And... nothing. Oh well. But that was refreshing. Finally, my lunacy is gone, man. Glory to Project Moon. Glory to the director. My lunacy is gone. All right, let's get her. Boop. Question: why did they leave IDs that you already have here as something you can get with ideality? Is this if I cashed in my ideality on Dawn Office Representative Gregor, I would get 50 shards. If I let it ride, I would get 200 tread, I believe. Why is this here? Anyway, let's get down. Most likely shards, I suppose. Tasty. All right, that was more expensive than I imagined it'd be, but we still got a few tickets if we need to use in the future. Here's a tip: if you have these tickets here, but you already have everything for a season, that is 10. Why the fuck do I have 10 guaranteed deck extraction tickets with 3 stars? When did I get this? When did I get this? I suppose I have them? Alright, I'm not gonna question. Anyway, here's a tip. When the season changes over, we take the shards that we have and they are converted into tread. However, your tickets don't. So if you're needing shards for the next season, you keep them as tickets, and the next season you do the extraction, and either you get an ID or you get shards. So that is a very nice thing to have. In any case, we have an uptie to do, we have funny story to look at, and we have to delete this thing because we're gonna start it from scratch. So let's begin with, let's do the uptie for the ego real quick, since it's my favorite ego because it has a big minigun in it. I now shall vow that I won't waste lunacy on normal pulls and only pull in Walpurgis. Indeed. All right, let's get that thing into tier 4 already, because of course we are. And we're gonna deploy that almost immediately. But first we're gonna do the new guys. 240 for Momi Baina. I see. Hello, Shion Hiki. How you doing? Oh wait, Kisnib, you need to understand that eagle could be completely worthless. I'd still want it because it's a minigun. I would do horrible things to have that thing on my team. And I have, my lunacy is all gone, and now I need to work on getting my horde again. There we go, boost her up to level 60, and let's get that delicious lore. Let us get this conversation short, shall we? Herr Gregor Sinclair, let us proceed at once. But as a commemoration for getting the thing, I'm gonna pop this thing as I said I was gonna. It's time. I've been saving this. I know everyone has seen the Chainsmoker Cat, and I agree with the message. Do not smoke. Smoking is bad, but I am already too far into the hole. Not really, I smoke once a week. But this deserves a smoke. Let's get it into the backstory here. Starting with Faust. Why is this thing not working properly? Hold on. Give me a second here, just a moment. Since I had to change a lot of things about my layout, this auto-scroller doesn't work properly. Interesting. I guess I'll figure what's wrong with it. And the next thing, a new overlay, new problems. You know what it is. Haha! It's either have lots of lunacy below tread or have lots of tread below lunacy. Well, you can grind for tread, you can't grind for lunacy. Alright, Faust tells about magic. It has been determined that this case merits preservation as a record. The following is a case record pertaining to today's request. Case name, Thousand Needles, serial code DN00113, grade urban legend. The case has now developed to a point where assigning codes beginning with A to the victims and no longer serves any practical purpose. Catastrophic propagation via series of random chain reactions would be an appropriate description for the nature of this case. As such, would be both inefficient and impossible to assign individual serial codes to every victim scattered through the street. The circumstances surrounding the case align with both the information gathered from rumors and the case report compiled by Representative Gregor of the Dawn Office. Now, briefly recording the state of the case scene. Sections of the building have been liquefied, and beneath the damaged structure, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. Many of the victims' remains are no more than distal extremities of the human body. By contrast, it is rare to find torsos and internal organs that maintain even a moderate resemblance to their original forms. Given this fact, it is reasonable to infer that the prevailing cause of death in this case is something of an explosive nature. Remaining bits of piece of human flesh also indicate that the said explosion was accompanied by countless shrapnel, tearing the bodies inside out. Faust determines that all of these observations indeed point to a single property, omnidirectional fragmentation of this pitch-black matter from within the body. A presentation identical to that of prior cases. The matter is abnormally dense compared to its mass. Its material strength is also unnaturally high. Merely touching the surface of the wall permits the matter to drill through it with negligible resistance. Immediately after making contact, the matter begins to melt an area several times larger than the point of contact. It is difficult to believe that such a material could have been produced by the human body. It is certain that this matter is identical to the one currently under Faust's investigation as an object of interest, designated as needles. Yes, that is correct. Symbols of an irregular, atypical pattern, which Faust had repeatedly received on-site verification requests for, are present on the material. Now cross-referencing this observation against Faust's information. No matching information found. In that case, the minority hypothesis which alleges that the symbol points to a malicious advertising attempt by a certain upstart workshop may be dismissed as false. Now, moving on to the next proposed hypothesis, yesterday's promise and demonic magic. Excuse you? Oh, okay. Okay, that's I know about the Thousand Needles case, and how it says that, oh, magic is real, okay, but demonic magic, that is slightly more concerning. Like, magic is already concerning, yes, but demonic magic, paraphrase, okay, I just gotta accept the city is full of nonsense, alright. The prosthetic hands are so attractive, the voice definitely isn't, but you gotta take the bad with the good. Aren't you glad that I'm doing a funny voice today, huh? Anyway, and demonic magic. Has the presently recorded case seen yielded any verifiable fact that substantiates the said hypothesis? Understood. Faust recalls having stored a piece of information regarding the body of a corporate employee found in the back streets, a victim of the so-called gut harvesting. The corpse also bore much of a similar symbol. Gut harvesting refers to the criminal act of the backstreet syndicates by which corpses are stripped of anything considered to have monetary value. Fausts who limit themselves to observing this source of information may have been unsuitable participants in the discussion of this particular subject. Magic? It strains the realm of believability, but if such an incomprehensible phenomenon does indeed exist, perhaps this will be one of the ways by which it's manifested. Balloons popping will be the closest approximation. The radius of the damage is far too great for such a seemingly weightless impact force. Does the entity designated as yesterday's promise truly employ a power that may be termed as magic? Perhaps access to some more pieces of information would help Faust thread together the truth of the matter. Yes, of course, Faust is aware that access to any information beyond this point is prohibited. However, it is an established fact that the entity's ability concerns contracts, in which case working as a fixer should bring Faust closer to an answer. Understood. Then the discussion regarding this record will conclude here. Faust will need to head to the office and submit a report. As long as yesterday's promise does not open Eye of Terror, it should be fine. Yeah, and this pretty much is confirming that yesterday's promise was the one that sent the guy with the fucked up organs for the rats to collect at the beginning of Library of Ruin. Alright, Sigler said he had something he wished to say to Faust once this was over. However, it appears Faust will not be able to hear it. Let me just increase the brightness here because I want to see this picture in high quality, and the glasses kind of obfuscate everything. There we go. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, continuing the story. And it seems probable that this Faust will be Faust's final record. Oh, she's gonna die. Current location, the library as per popular denomination. Correct. This is the same place that has recently been reclassified as an urban plague. Faust confirms that writing one's names on the invitation alone is sufficient to transport the invitee to this place. This record is best shared with the other Fausts in advance. Access rights received. Faust cannot help but notice that access is granted to Faust when it's already too late. Would that mean? No, please disregard that. Concentrating on the battle at hand would be the more rational choice. Yes, the opponents seem determined to make Faust their initial target. It is unlikely that Faust will be able to fend off the entirety of their focused offense. They are healing themselves merely by grabbing pebbles in their hands. And Faust hears the incomprehensible ringing of a cry, a song, or perhaps just an echo. The mind feels as though it were shaking and staggering just by hearing the sound. Is this an attack launched by utilizing the properties of abnormalities? If so, what could this place possibly be? Though I found this development disappointing, I should think of this as a fortunate outcome that has availed me the opportunity to leave an account at the very least. Because even should this Faust fail here, the grand objective of Faust must be preserved at all costs. Faust only has one wish, to know all of the city. Ending record. How sad, and then she died. What a shame. What a shame. But hey, we got a little bit more lore about Faust. We already knew she has the Discord server in her head, but this shines a bigger light on her as a character as a whole, because every Faust is okay with dying, or at least we assume they are okay with dying, as long as it will proceed her wish, which is to know all of the city, which is kind of a baller wish, not gonna lie. We need to get some treads first, so let's do that. We have Sinclair, we have Rhodius. Let's consume some Rhodius. Rhodia is always consuming, so we get to consume her back sometimes. Yummy. Let's go upgrade that ID to its max potential, to its max power, because this is how I operate my finances in this game. Everything that I get is instantly upgraded to its maximum potential. I did have a trade credit for Angela, but I'm saving that. I could use it, of course, but now we are gonna look at the uptie story for Gregor. Hello, Gregor. Oh, yes, we need more tread, though. Well, I guess we could use the tread box. I mean, it's a couple of boxes. Let's pop a 50 here. Know everything about the city. What if she reaches a point where she finds things that are meant to be forgotten? Well, good luck. That's all the Faust will say. Good luck. Because, you shouldn't have learned this. You learned the unknowable truth. Congratulations. You can't unlearn it now, so, have fun.
그럼 그렇게나 많은 죽음을 머금고 편하게 마무리 지을 수 있을 거라고 생각했나? 이번엔 정말 각오하는.
Alright, I will not do the funny voice now. So, with every breath I took, the acrid air around me burned my throat. Cries of pain, sorrow, and fear rang out from every direction, and other indescribable horrors overwhelmed my senses as the thick blanket of smoke squeezed the oxygen out of the air. The smoke permeated everything. Even the fields of battle packed full with the spray of blood and scattering shrapnel, clashing blades and bullets whizzing past comrades and enemies both. The miasma found the cracks to suffuse. We used to call it stench the scent of humans. What the fuck do you mean by that? Are we literally burning? Oh, what am I saying? Lobotomy Corporation turned people into abnormality so we could harvest them for energy. I would not be surprised if the previous L Corp was just chucking people into a furnace to make energy. Come on, let's be entirely honest here. We made the Torment Nexus, we chuck people in there and it makes it energy. Let's just harvest it. Oh ho! Here comes my daily fix. Let me set it in your table, master. It's hot, you don't want to burn yourself. Listen, kid, there's really no need to baby me like that. Years have passed since that smoke left its final mark on my memory, and now I'm leading a small fixer office where I nurture and train pupils of my own. I wonder what my younger self would think if he saw me as I am now. Could he even have imagined this kind of life? The kind of prosaic, peaceful life where I get to sit in a cool, air-conditioned room and sip on a pleasantly warm cup of sanghuas cha with my pupil brood? He has a point, Sinclair. Perhaps it would be best for your career prospects if you were directed the focus of your endeavors onto tasks that benefit the responsibilities of a fixer, rather than that of a tea brewer. Oh wait, that's Faust, hold on. Brewing sanghuas chow can't possibly be so important a task that you would spend the time every morning to carefully analyze your superior's mood and choose which toppings would suit his palate. Well, I still think it's pretty good. I'm pretty good at it, so... Could he have imagined the kind of sedate life where I get to enjoy a hearty chuckle every now and then, watching the shenanigans unfold as my pupils passive-aggressively throw jabs at one another about what are, ultimately, frivolities? Oh, there he is. No, how could he? After all, how could he lose himself daydreaming, and even a split second of distraction would mean certain death? Oh yeah, just got back from that contract, didn't you? The Urban Legend class request. Yes, I have completed the request regarding the 1,000 needles. Whoa, you were impressive, solving your Urban Legend class request all on your own. The target posed an increasingly substantial threat as it mounted a more aggressive resistance toward the end, but, I had a question regarding the contract, Herr Gregor. For me, what is it? As the name Thousand Needles would suggest, I was presented with ample opportunities to collect and examine some black needles at the scene. Burying those symbols, I presume? Correct. Symbols with a yellow glow, to be precise. Its patterns were analyzed next to symbols used by various workshops that mark their output, but no exact match was identified. Imitating Stigma's work product branding all the rage these days. There's been an uptick in workshops marking their products, leaving their symbols in the aftermath of a battle. Got me worried for a second. Maybe they become so money-grubbing that they started sponsoring all kinds of maniacs out there. But with this, that's one load off my mind. Though it isn't as bad as it used to be, the city is losing what warmth it had by the hour. The proverbial winter is starting to set in its denizens lately. I like to think I've seen my fair share of the worst the city had to offer, but day after day, the increasingly bizarre and out there incidents find their way to shake and shock me anew. If there was any warmth at all, its temperature was rapidly dropping to what could be described as nothing else but frigid. Still, the optimist in me says it's not all bad, that we as a collective hadn't quite reached the line we mustn't cross, and I find solace in that. Then again, you never know. Maybe there are folks out there, people already too far gone and have crossed the line, and then some. But as long as they didn't make it business by invading this cozy little space I've got with my students, I don't think I want to concern myself with those things too much. Sponsorships. I didn't know workshops did that. You did not? Odd. Her Gregor is the proverbial poster child of workshop-sponsored fixers. What? Can't blame Sinclair for not knowing. It's not like I have a habit of harping on about old times. I posit the argument that any sentence that begins with "back in my day" that you are so fond of count towards the conventional definition of harping on about the old times. In that case, could you tell us a little bit about your past? I know you were a very prestigious fixer master, but I never had the opportunity to hear about what exactly you've done to earn that reputation. Yeah, maybe the stories of those days are better shared in a light-hearted conversation, just something to be mentioned in passing. Enough time has passed now, anyway. I've been using Stigma Workshop's weapon through my career, from the day I first started working in this business. Now, if you ask whether they were the best workshop weapons among all the ones I've browsed, trying to find a weapon that will keep me company through thick and thin, no, they weren't exactly all that. Then why'd you decide to go with Stigma Workshop Weapon Master? Well, I could say there was a matter of my thin, hungry wallet, but more importantly, big-name workshops out there don't let anybody walk in just because they come knocking on their doors. Gotta keep her clientele more distinguished, if you know what I mean. In other words, more well-known workshops weren't all that eager to take a commission from some no-name grade 9 fixer, and if they had the coin for it, which he didn't. Fortunately for me, Stigma Workshop was a relative unknown back in the day with a more niche audience, which meant that they had no qualms letting a greenhorn like me purchase a decently high-quality weapon. Anyway, while the partnership was coincidental, it ended up being a win-win. I kept racking up successful contacts, and Stigma Workshop reaped the subsequent renown and a new swath of customers. And as a token of my gratitude, they were generous enough to offer personalized upgrades to my weapon. Aha! So that's why all our weapons are... You catch on quick, kid. It's all thanks to my connections that Stigma Workshop allowed a young chickling like yourself to wield one of their quality weapons. It seems that our office rep rarely tires of self-aggrandizing behavior, though one cannot deny the veracity of that claim. Anyhow, they really saved my bacon more than a few times in the Smoke War. The Smoke War. It's the same with any war, I'm sure, but for boots-on-the-ground foot soldiers, survival was the only thing that mattered. The most surefire way to guarantee survival would have been to stay as far away as I could from the war, but that wasn't an option. The nest-born fixers like myself. Some battlefields were so dire that even Association fixers had to struggle through fight after fight with broken, malfunctioning weapons and worn-down outfits. But because I was sponsored by Stigma Workshop, every time my sword needed maintenance, they provided it free of charge, and even threw in a series of upgrades. Back then, too. I was a part of a detachment, perhaps a rather too grand of a name for what really was a hastily assembled group of fixers with even the remotest preparation against the damage of fire and heat in the war. We were a bunch of ragtag soldiers at best, but I won't deny that there was an air of unwarranted confidence amongst us, given that all we needed to do was burn up a pair of wings. But that day, on that hill... We ain't falling back here. Push the line forward. Infestation zone cleared. Regroup and rendezvous with the section director and calling all recruited office fixers. Oh, we can do this together. All right, flame wall needs reinforcement. A monstrosity of evasive abilities bordering on precognition and offensive capabilities that, with a single hit, could all but guarantee instant death. That was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp, and Liu Association was selected specifically to handle it. I was probably stronger than each individual Liu fixer, but one set of wings reduced to ashes, just one more push, and now let your guard down, team, stay alert. Huh, looks like we might actually have a chance. There's really no point in measuring individual merit when it comes to Liu fixers. The moment an all-out battle began, they came together with combined fluidity, not unlike that of a single organism, a dragon charging through the enemy forces under the section director's command. And it was long before their flames dominated the entire battlefield. For a moment, the situation seemed so favorable that I began to hope we might defeat this foe without needing reinforcements. And with how things looked, this enemy was definitely on its back foot. We would be able to seize victory with just a little more effort. Enemy altitude down, but velocity remains constant. Its erratic movements haven't slowed down either. Director, goddamn bug. Its airborne vertical maneuverability won't be diminished much, even if we somehow manage to burn all of its wings. I see. The point of this operation was to prevent high-speed airborne escape. But whatever possible scenario we could come up with based on common sense did not apply to a decisive weapon of a wing. This is the flame. No, I don't have a voice for this one. This is the famous flame of Liu. Slower than I imagined. The raging, seemingly impenetrable wall of fire flickered as it danced, inadvertently revealing the most minuscule of openings, and the monster's eyes caught sight of true Liu fixers. And in the blink of an eye, they were gone. Before most of the fixers could even comprehend what had happened, I ran desperately to block the beginnings of a growing rupture in the formation. Hey, it's right above you! Swing up! Gah! You swung, but with a curious delay. Was he your favorite? You fuck! Director, don't let the monster get to you. Calm yourself and... Oh! Once a crack begins to split open, it only grows into a rift. Without moving as one in organic fluid motion, the flames will scatter into mere cinders, no longer merged as a flame dragon. The monster turned the tide, taking cover behind the fire and heat haze that obscured not only its vision, but ours too. Fixers of mediocre ability scattered across the battlefield served only as hostage or meat-shields for the monstrosity. Before we could even complete our initial goal of burning its wings... G-Corp bastards! Just what the hell have you created? Director! The Lord of Flies descended upon the dragon's head and crushed it to a pulp. Our forces were minutes away from complete annihilation. I had to do something, so I ran up to the front line and rallied the troops. Regroup here, to me! You know who I am. We even had a quick meet and greet, remember? All of you are now under my command. Focus entirely on providing me support, and I swear I'll burn that fucking vermin's remaining wings to ash. You're not our section director. We work with him best. I doubt you can fill his boots. Maybe, but you, me, we're not exactly flush with options, are we? Nope, guess not. Fine. We'll march with you. Lead us. The world was on fire, and we were trapped in a flaming cage. The sky above was nothing but pitch black darkness. Smoke from fires and smoke that smelled of humans mingled, creating a horrible crimson eye of a noxious storm. I could hardly describe in any fitting words. But I was the leader on the hill now, and so I imitated the dragon's head to the best of my abilities. I may not have been the guy to fill the section director's boots, and I was only flying by the seat of my pants, but by having a small army of fixers following my flow and releasing bursts of flame just at the right moments, my firepower grew twice as powerful. I alone blazed in the glow of the falling sun amidst the burning field of the infestation zone. With the Liu fixers behind me, I felt like I could measure up pretty well against even the legendary Vermilion Cross himself. But the bodies kept piling and piling. Past a certain level, simple numerics like how many augmentations you have or what grade your gear is don't decide the outcome. This is where the other, previously neglected factors come into play. Their training routine, the kinds of effort they put into them. The matchup between fighters, the battlefield, and the circumstances that might or might not give you an edge. We lasted pretty long for a sunset, didn't we? We kept on fighting even in this pitch black night. Eventually, I was the only one standing against that monstrosity of a foe. The Lord of Flies did not appear even more remotely winded, as though he were drawing from an infinite pool of energy. The situation seemed rather hopeless, but I was young at the time. I still had a youthful streak of rebelliousness burning somewhere within me then, because I wasn't ready to sit down and let death take me. So I gathered whatever strength I had left in me, all the muscle memory, all the training I've done up to that moment, and held it all in my hand. Hey, fly bud, I don't know what you've been keeping track of time, but the sun will be peeking over the horizon soon. Just look at how the faintest blue is starting to encroach into the black night, heralding the crack of dawn! The heated blade draws a beautiful pattern as it cleaves through space before me under the distant sky. But the reach of my blade is too short to strike the monster. It evades to the side with ease and regurgitates a stream of corrosive fluid. And it lands right on my sword arm, melting it, eating through flesh and bone. You know what they say? That it's darkest before the dawn. But it's pretty bright out here, you know, isn't it? I could feel its fluid spreading, eating away at my torso, from shoulder to hip. But at the same time, so does the space of my purest resolve, and sword has rent through its sundered fabric, melting away as through by flame. And the fly's wings that were touching at the very tip of my blade's arc fall apart, its sliced segments melting away. Now that I didn't see coming. But, oh shit. But what will you do now? It seems that you're out of options. I didn't quite imagine it happening like this, but at least I made it in time for the sunrise. Say hello to my reinforcement, and to your death. Weakling. Though the battle was fierce, all we managed to do at the end of the day was cut off its means of escape. And the reinforcement command decided to send out was but a single combatant. A single combatant to face this insurmountable foe who was still armed with unpredictable movements and a seemingly bottomless well of stamina. I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't hit me with a wave of disappointment and a profound sense of futility. Hey, don't you know who I am? But nobody who's fought even a single skirmish in the battlefield wouldn't recognize the woman who just marched up to the battlefield with a cigar smoke billowing in the wind. She's the same person who survived the brutal gauntlet of duel after duel that mercilessly cut down a number of promising futures, namely that of a grade 1 fixer who was popular candidate for the title of a collar fixer, the rising right hand of a Soto Capo, and others whose prospects were just as golden, and emerged victorious one battle after another monster of another nature. Of course I do. I've seen the way you fight. After leaving everything in her hands, I returned to our encampment, the backlines, and had my injuries treated. And surrounded by a roaring cheer of spectators, I got to watch a recording of her battle against the Lord of Flies. The footage slowed down by several dozen times, the only way the video could have captured the way the two combatants sped and zoomed around each other. In that footage, it seems as though the reinforcement managed to behead the Lord of Flies, killing it instantly before it even realized it was dying. As it turns out, if you kill the Lord of Flies before it registers its own death, it won't have the chance to spawn the Maggot Prince. It was a shame that so much of the work we did to prepare to counter the Maggot Prince went to waste, but thanks to the Stigma Workshop symbol seared on the back of the Lord of Flies, and with the witness reports from Leo Fixers who managed to survive the massacre, they recognized me as a major contributor to the success of that operation. Gregor. Herr Gregor. Oh, sorry, I must have lost reminiscing. Anyways, apparently burning the monster wings ended up being one hell of a promotion for the Stigma Workshop. You fellas better learn to appreciate me, because I'm the only reason you're still offering weapons sportsmanship to our office even in my semi-retirement. Not to mention how the connections I made that got us in the position of Leo's Associates affiliate office. Whoa, you really are amazing, Master. Amazing, come on, I'm not just a washed-up fixer with a broken body that never fully healed. Damages caused by the Lord of Flies' extremely corrosive fluid would have been difficult to recover from, even with a K-Corp ampoule of a fairly high purity. It is likely that his nerves failed to fully regenerate. Yeah, guess so. Still, it's all thanks to that one ampoule I got for outstanding valor that I'm still alive and kicking after all this time. Remember, those ampoules were even rarer back in my day. Whoa, huh, kinda weird that the lady who slayed the decisive weapon isn't in the news at all nowadays, though. Haven't heard much about her myself in a long time. She sure didn't see the type to get herself killed unceremoniously, too. Well, she's probably enjoying herself in a comfy seat, lording over peons like us. Sure thing, Gregor. Anyway, how's that for harping on about old times? Had enough yet? I throw a light-hearted jab as I pick up a piece of paper that's been on my desk for a while today, related to our next contract. Is that the object that had the fixer industry a buzz lately? You got that right. This is what our next contract will be all about. This is why Alum's death is connected to this contract too. Oh no, I'm sorry for your loss, Master. I can't imagine what you're going through. My heart's unscathed, kid. I was never fond of that fella. The question is, have you heard anything about this object, Sinclair? Something they call the library's invitation. Very nice. Ooh, baby. Vermilion Cross mentioned. Now, I must say, I do believe that Valentina fell out of favor with the... well, with the thumb, because she did kill the Lord of Flies, but I don't think he died. I think he did his cool regeneration trick. Because how else would she fall from grace, you know what I mean? We just finish upgrading him. There we go. Where is he? Now we're gonna do our ID study of these IDs because they're brand fresh, spanking new, and I want to know what they do because I haven't read their patch notes yet. They've done that with self-burn IDs before with Rooster Heathcliff. Yeah, and the Rooster Heathcliff can cheat death once, which is very cool. But you can only get the heal, I think, from doing the big boy burn, big boy attack, which requires 20 blood, battle blood frenzy. All right, the IDs are fully powered. Let us equip them and let us deploy them into the dungeon of today. Tomorrow we are gonna have powered here, by the way, which is gonna be fun. We just put everyone in here because, you know, I'm gonna use everyone. Or is down office feature. All right. If I recall, Valentina fell out of favor because she was drunk and killed a bunch of capos. I don't remember anywhere this being mentioned. It just said that she fell out of favor extremely quickly. But I could see that being a thing too. Anyway, let's start with Dawn Office Fixer Faust. What can she do and what can we expect of her for this? Here we go. Dawn Office Fixer Faust. 239 HP, 4 to 7 speed, 60 defense, resistant to slash, fatal to pierce, normal to blunt. Possesses pride, gluttony, sloth, and wrath. And wrath, and wrath, and wrath. What is? This is probably the follow-up attack. I see. Alright, plenty of sin affinity here. Skill 1 is pride, skill 2 is sloth, skill 3 is wrath. What do you do? I'm gonna say it again. I wonder how many versions of Faust possibly distorted while learning everything about the city. Can Faust even distort? That is the question you should be asking. As we know, Faust is kind of like a homunculi because she is, you know, across multiple mirror worlds. Can she even distort to begin with? Would the Faust Collective even allow a distorted Faust? I don't think she can distort, but I think that's worse because distortion, it's kind of a way to coping with what's happening, and you don't get that by having the Faust Collective in your head. So maybe she can't distort at all, which would be worse in my opinion. Anyway, here we go. Heatproof Coat. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain 0 fire butterfly coughing. It stacks up to 30. You can gain up to 20 stacks per turn. On hit using a base skill, we gain 2 stacks. At turn end, the 20 plus stacks, we gain burn. Next turn equal to half the surplus stacks plus 20. At 30 stacks, gain 5 burn and 2 burn count instead. Heated to a smoldering temperature within the coughing are butterflies, the kaleidoscope spilling forth to melt and tear the target apart. This type of weapon is still too premature for you to wield, Sinclair, but it is advisable that you familiarize yourself with its properties. The array of blades within the coughing affords considerable convenience in circumstances where time constraints prove solitary handling of requests impossible, or in combat against multiple adversaries. Interesting. Yeah, I can see having 3 gigantic blades that come out of a case be very useful for multiple characters. I love Charge, so it's not horrible to play an ID that plays just like then, but it's unfortunate to see how their antenna's status continues to crumble. Yeah. Could have been Charge, could have been a triple status ID, honestly, but let's see here. So this is similar to Charge, but it feels kind of like the Courier Trunk for the Deviat. Cannot be staggered or fall below 1 HP due to burn. Takes less damage from burn. At less than 50 HP, takes even less damage from burn. If you have made up your mind to use workshop gears that utilize heat, then you had best be prepared to pay a slew of hidden costs. Unlike conventional weapons, whose variables are in the more obviously observable territory, such as sharpness and durability, weapons that radiate heat requires all manners of groundwork to ensure that its wielder is not consumed by that very heat, and that requires money. It is, of course, a simple enough thing to procure weapons that set things ablaze outright, or fabrics that do not catch fire easily, but to obtain a weapon whose heat output can be fine-tuned and controlled at any given moment according to the wielder's every need, or outlier fabrics that ward off heat completely, such exceptional gear costs not only a fortune, but also the wielder's constant training to be as exceptional in handling them. Naturally, if you have invested that much money and time, the returns will come in form of many, many more contracts requiring your services. Interesting. Some buy. If Dawn Officer Sinclair is on the field, activate the following effects. Dawn Officer Sinclair gains High Noon. He gains a gun. Turn start. If Dawn Officer Sinclair is defeated, convert High Noon on Dawn Officer Sinclair to Loneliness at High Noon. High Noon increases his meanable speed. Base attack skills, he gains 2 more power and deals more damage. Apply the following effects to Sunset Blade on final coin hit. If target has 15 burn, activate the burn on target and reduce target's burn by 1. Apply the following effects to Blazing Strike. 100% more damage, double damage. Ooh. Unbreakable. On hit against enemy, activates burn, and a 3-foot pass will consume up to 100 Scorch Field. Deals 1% damage for every Scorch Field consumed. Scorch Field effects. Stores all burn damage dealt in this zone. Resets when moving to a different zone. The value is shared by all characters. This is Blood Feast for burn. This is Blood Feast for burn. Got it. The quest has been solved ahead of schedule, and the weather conditions are optimal for a team lunch. Shall we all proceed? And Loneliness at High Noon. Mean speed 1, base attack skills gain more power and deals more damage. Okay. Apply the following effect to Sunset Blade. Deals more damage with Blazing Strike, converts to Unbreakable, activates Burn, deals more damage, can deal up to 150% more damage for Scorched Field. When it takes unit that brings HP down, cheat with F once, Scorched Field. Do you understand what loneliness means, Sinclair? Loneliness is being bathed in the light of the sun at high noon, only to realize that the ones you would have shared a luncheon with have departed you. This is how I would put it into words. The concept of loneliness. For me, at least. I do hope, Sinclair, that you will never have cause to understand that concept. Alright, that's cool. Again, much more beneficial for Project Moon to release characters that buff other characters rather than up-type 5 them. Although that will come too, I am fairly sure. Equinox, welcome. You have been here before. I don't recognize your name, but you are welcome to be here anyway. Only full 4 Binas and False. Oof. I also burned through a shit ton of lunacy today. Anyway, Field Falter, Stigma Workshop. Combat start when this unit has Battle Instinct. Gain stack times 3 fire burner for a coffee. What is Battle Instinct? Max stack of 3 means max speed plus 2, fix more burn, skill eject deals more damage, skill eject high noon and dismemberment at high noon deals more damage. To resume the subject at hand, aside from singularities, there exists a means of overcoming the penalties incurred by using this type of weaponry, namely effort. This may go without saying, but it is recommended that you focus on honing your body and battle instinct whatever time permits, both during downtime and when handling requests. Granted, battle instinct in most cases can only be properly demonstrated in the heat of battle. One might refer to this process as a warm-up, although the term is perhaps too simple. In any case, a heightened natural battle instinct will help you offset the gear's structural and technical vulnerabilities. This is how you raise the baseline of your performance threshold. Are you able to comprehend this explanation, Sinclair? Be here. Alright then, welcome back. How are you doing? I burned everything and got nothing. Such is the nature of a gacha game, unfortunately. This is gacha game. Anyway, how do we gain battles instinct? When other Dawn Office enemies meet the following conditions, Dawn Office Fixer Faust uses the seconded offensive skill against the targeted enemy. A base attack skill, and if the target that was hit is staggered, use second offensive. Was already staggered before attack. At attack end of the following skills, use second offenses. Dawn Splitter and Crack of Dawn, Stigmatize and Blazing Strike. Okay, so we got a assist attack on staggers and on skill trees. If Dawn Office Fixer class on the field, on hit, using reused coins of Dawn Office Fixer Faust-based skills, the additional wrath damage equal to burn on the target. Count as activating burn. The appeal of a weapon shaped like a suitcase or a musical instrument case is clear enough. First, the user may blend into the cover of daily life without raising an alarm. Though arms of this sort are unwieldy and complicated to make use of in battle, that perceived shortcoming makes them less likely to be recognized as tools of killing. Secondly, weapons fashioned in the form of a case afford storage capacity. Container-shaped arms, for example, are actively used by fixers of the Deviant Association. Such convenience, however, does not automatically win favors from those who elect workshop gear as their weapons of choice. The common opinion is that anyone who invests such time in mastering this sort of weaponry will be better served by training with something else. In fact, the user would often hear snide remarks from other combatants, ranging from fixers these days to showy and pretentious. But should one let his reputation for impracticality drop one's guard when facing an opponent armed with such a finicky piece of equipment, especially if they happen to be a high-ranking fixer or a syndicate officer, one will find that the laughable containers or cases carry quite a different weight. A weight grave enough for any workshop worth its name to call them coffins. And coffins, as a matter of fact, have a way of inviting butterflies. How funny! Did you know this is Faust's second ID for Tremor? I am well aware she only has Lobotomy Corp. I think both Lobotomy Corps for her are Tremor. Let me check. Yep, there's only two, and both of them are Walpurgis. And she has one of the best Eagles for Tremor as well, so yes, it's a very interesting choice. Excellent gambit, Mr. Director. Might be one of the, you know how sinners have affinity to certain sins, so. The Lone Fixer. Combat Star. If there's only one surviving identity, including backup units, the said identity gains true defense level up and true defense level up. It's not as strong as Lone Fixer back in Ruina, but I'll take it. Alright, skill 1, Flash of Sunup. 11 Roller / Pride. Gains power for burn and tremor on target. Not coin power though, we gain final power. On use, gain fire for Fire Butterfly, Clash Power +1 for every 10 Butterfly. At 20 Final Butterfly, we reuse the final coin once. Does this affect on Clash? I think it does. Then it becomes a 11 roller, and then it becomes a 15 roller with final power up to 3, so it can roll up to 18. Yeah, this can roll an 18. Assuming you have Firefly. Second and offensive. Gain the following effects based on Butterfly Coin stack. Deal more damage. Final power for every 10 stacks. 4-3-3. That is a 11. No, that's a 10 roller because it's a support attack. Inflicts tremor and burn count. Nice. Skill 2. Butterfly Slash. Final 6-6-12 +4 16 roller. Baseline 63 offense level. Slash Sloth. More final power based on burn and target. Gains Butterfly. For every 10 Butterfly, we gain Clash Power and a reuse on the coin. Very good reuses here, actually. So we gain Clash Power, we gain Final Power. Not so much as in Coin Power because they know not to put Coin Power on a unit that can reuse their coins over and over again. And this has plenty of coin reuses. She still gets some power out of it, but it's not as potent as, say, pure Coin Power. For every 10 Butterfly Coughing, we gain Inflict more Burn and Tremor. He reuse inflicts Burn Tremor. Tremor bursts in the second attack. Cool. Skill 3, Eject. It's 18 roller. No, 17 roller, sorry. 17 roller base. 30 Butterfly, we gain High Noon. Gains coin power for Burn on Tremor on target. So this goes from a 17 to a 20, 23, and then 20, 23, yeah. And gains Clash Power for every 10 Butterfly. And has a final coin reuse 2 times per skill. Nice. Hold on. Reuse the final coin once, 2 times per skill. So we get to reuse the coin 2 times for every 10 Butterfly, or what am I looking at here? I'm a little confused. Reuse the final coin once, 2 times per skill. Can we do this twice in a turn? Can we do it twice with the same attack? I guess we're gonna find out in the Mirror Dungeon. There it is, Tremor Scorch, Tremor Burst. And eject high noon and focused volley. Deals burn on self must burn on target damage. Extra damage. Inflict burn or tremor. If tremor doesn't have tremor scorch, we go to tremor scorch. Gains clash power +3, coin power and clash power plus for every 6 burn tremor on the main target, max 2 and 4 respectively. Inflicts burn and tremor on all targets. Inflict power down next turn on all targets. Gain 1 battle instinct and gain 1 overheated coffin. Max stack 1, gain 3 burn next turn. This effect applies. Keep in mind, however, the convenience is always accompanied by a trade-off. A weapon of this structure comes with drawbacks that standard Sigma Workshop weapons would not possess. Inevitable penalties that only can be mitigated by singularities, the pinnacle of the myriad technological innovations of the city. It would do justice to properly acknowledge the extraordinary qualities of that was tangential on the subject. Let us return to the subject, Sinclair. Interesting. Hold on, what did it say here? Extraordinary qualities of singularities. Okay. Battle Instinct, does it have something? Already read Battle Instinct. Reuse the scoring max 2 times. If it has Battle Instinct, deal burn potions on target. Damage, tremor burst. Got it. I understand now. The coin can be used twice if it's their only skill. I see. Stigmatize. A nice 13 roller. It rolls better than skill 1. Activate Dismemberment at a high noon. Dismemberment at a high noon is our big attack, right? No, it's a different one. It's this is the one. Okay, so counter, clashable counter. Gain 6 butterfly. Dismember at a high noon, has overheated coffin, doesn't activate if we're overheating, gains coin power for every burn on self, so you use this when we have burn on self, lose 3 burn on self, and if we have 30 butterfly, we do dismemberment at high noon. Deals damage based on missing health, deals extra damage based on burn on target, inflicts burn and tremor, transforms into tremor scorch, gains clash power, gains coin power. It's basically our skill tree, but we use it when we have lots of burn on self. I see, I get it. So the idea here is that as you use her skills, you are going to be generating burn on self due to fire butterfly coughing once you are above 20. Once you have good amount of burn on self, you can use the clashable counter to turn it into a skill tree. So basically you're venting the burn, the heat out of the weapon. Ideally, you want to do this before you use your big eject high noon, because this will cause your weapon to overheat. But it will give you battle instinct. So you could use your skill tree over empowered skill tree to enter battle instinct mode and try to remove the overheat from your coffin, and then go into stigmatize into dismemberment at high noon. Interesting. All right, I think I got a handle of it. Let's deploy her to the mirror dungeon. Let's just give her an ego, Outer Blossom Star, because of course it's competing with Fluid Sack, however. And Everlasting, and 9 True. Moving on to Gregor. Faust has a lot of coins, yes. They make a speedy Faust ID that can use its counter to a super powered skill. They wanted Mal Faust dead on Tremor so bad, I see. Yeah. Alright, Dawn Office Representative Gregor, 271 HP, 46 speed, 64 defense level, fatal to blunt, resistant against slash. What are your passive, buddy? What do you do? I feel like a genius for knowing it would be Tremor Scorch IDs Walpurgis Night review video. Yeah, we could hear the Tremor. It was going to be. It's burn season! Finally! Happy burn season, everybody! Here we are. It's the burnest of the burn seasons. Anyway, the Fixer of the Crack of Dawn. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gains 0 Light of Daybreak. Gains more burn. No, gain up to 20 per turn. Gain 1 burn for every 5 stack. Gain 1 burn count for every 10 stack. Inflicts. Gain burn of target stack. Alright, you gain more stacks of Light of Dawnbreak by hitting enemy with burn. At 10 stack, we do more burn. At 20, we do more burning count. The first Flare of Dawn is not a fire that scorches, but one that casts its glow on people. Cannot take damage, cannot die from burn, cannot be staggered by burn, takes less damage from burn, takes even less damage with low health. Dawn Office. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, if there are true plus allied Dawn Office identities, including this unit, on the field, apply Dawn Office stack on all Dawn Office identities equal to the number of Dawn Office identities on the field. Max stack of 3, gain 1 offense level for every stack. Third stacking healed 5 SP. If all other allies that have Dawn Office are defeated, expires. The Dawn Office of this mirror world, unlike the others, has yet to be completely lose its fervor. One can reasonably conjecture that the two leading fixers of this office would have sufficient competence to find work as a grade 1 of the vocation. However, it must be stated that the office and its fixers' grades do not vary from those of other observed mirror worlds, as combat capability is hardly the sole criterion by which the grades are assigned. Failure to meet the conditions stipulated by the contract clauses of the client's satisfaction, the skew of high-risk contracts that contribute to the advancement of fixer grades. These are all conditions that limit one's mobility along the ladder of fixer grades. This is great lore. I like this. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Hold on, because this is gonna be very important for my tabletop. There's also something about that is said like a high-grade contract to pass rank. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. All right, you want to rank up, you grade 9 fixers? Time to prove yourselves. If Dawn Office Sinclair is on the field, activate the following effects. Dawn Office Sinclair gains from dawn to sunset. Dawnbreak to sunset. Any lore here? Yes, lore, more. If this unit has 3 stagger thresholds, remove the first stagger. If this unit is stagger, recover from stagger. If this unit is appetite 3 or higher, replace one of its base skills with skill 3. Excluding first staggers, third start heal 5 SP. Passive unstable shell of ego effects, base attack skill effects, and volatile passion effects cannot reduce this unit's speed below 25. So he just stays in permanent form as long as Gregor's on the field. That is crazy. TLDR, Dawn Office DSMD is basically better than DOG. Indeed, they are still, powered up. Hello, Vigiglala, I see you there. And yes, it is a filter I use on my camera on purpose. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so it basically makes, what's it called? Sinclair stays in permanent eagle form, gains shield, equal to 50% max HP. When hit while this unit has a shield, inflicts burn against the attacker. Activate Scorch Field on this field. Okay. Ah, what a pleasant aroma. You're practically a color fixer when it comes to Breeze Sangua Cha. You know what that? I hereby anoint you color fixer the yellow Sangua. That settled them. I'll be tutoring you myself, so you better keep up. I see the real potential in you, kid. Your Sangua Cha Breeze skills have the instinctive grasp of the moment, and being able to recognize the moment is the key to just about everything. As Dawn Office Sinclair, if Gregor dies, we can gain Blazing Sunset, which is pretty much the same but stronger. Does it have lore? Master, please, I still have so much to learn. You said it yourself. Dawn's a fleeting thing. It soon gives way to morning and fades into daylight, with a promise of sunset that will bring about the evening. If Dawn Office Sinclair has less than 50% HP, apply Escape Apparatus on that unit once per encounter. When this unit takes damage that brings his HP down to 10, this unit HP does not drop below 10 for the turn. Recover from stagger and retreat from the encounter. In chain battles, give this unit slot to a substitute unit and move to the rearmost place in the backup unit deployment. Escape from the encounters entirely. If there are no other backup, it's remaining to swap places. When returning to battle, return with the same amount of HP as speed this unit had when it started. Eliminate all effects of self-save for a select few. If this unit had less than 0 SP when retreating. I live! No, just say live. Yeah, he just, get the fuck out of here. You get out of here. Just teleport out. Alright. When this unit has Dawn Herald, gain True Light of Daybreak on hit using base attack skills. When other Dawn Office identities meet the following conditions, Dawn Office Representative Gregor uses Flash of Sunup, skill against the target enemy once per turn per identity. At base skill attack end, if the enemy was staggered, on the enemy the hit period is staggered, and following skills, use Flash, okay. Eject High Noon, Stigmatize Blazing Strike, and Dismember at High Noon. Okay, any of Faust's powerful skill trees, or the Empowered Counter, or Sinclair's Stigmatize Blazing Strike causes a follow-up attack. They are really strong. If Dawn Office fixes Sinclair's on the field, on hit using coins added Dawn Office repair Gregor base skills, the additional raft damage. Okay. An A+ class workshop weapon that has remained a constant companion of its wielder, the Fixer at the Crack of Dawn, since its first days as a Fixer through the Smoke War and its Fallout. Every contract successfully carried out by the Fixer added to the Stigma Workshop's name, and as a show of gratitude, they repeatedly upgraded and expanded the weapon's capabilities. Just as the Fixer's seasoned renown was built up over time, this blade too was forged, remade, and sharpened by the years. Morgan Fuhrer. Once regarded as an S-class weapon, inevitably lost its fervor and edge in the twilight years of the Fixer at the crack of dawn, as it withdrew from the front lines of the Fixer business in favor of teaching the next generation. So he has a powerful Zweihander, very nice. Sticker Workshop Prosthetics. The ally who has the highest current HP inflicts more tremor against enemies that have burn. If said enemy has 10 burn, trigger tremor burst. On final coin hit, they reduce the target tremor count by 1. A prosthetic gear produced by Stigma Workshop, a workshop normally specializing in bladed weaponry, designed specifically for the Fixer at the crack of dawn to use. Attempting to use this fire equipment without understanding the Stigma Workshop's precise works will be met with swift consequences. Painful, flesh-melting burn marks seared into the user's body. Yeah, no, the escape apparatus is pure flavor. That no one's gonna use that. Because they being together, I don't see a scenario where they actually lose, man. They're just so strong. They have so many attacks that are just going to go on top of each other. You are making the action economy your bitch here. You have so many focus assist attacks that you can just one attack, the other one's attack, and the other one will attack as well. I don't see a scenario where they could lose. Unless it's a Mirror Dungeon Extreme, that is always possible. Anyway, Flash of Sunup, Skill 1, 11 Roller, as we expected, gains final power by Burn and Tremor. At 20 Light of Daybreak, he gains an extra coin chew as an unbreakable coin. Nice. Skill 2, Sunset Blade. It's a 16 Roller, as we expect, gains final power for Burn and Tremor on target to a maximum of 4. 20 Light of Daybreak, we gain an extra coin 3 as an unbreakable, and on hit using the extra coin, we Burst Tremor. Cool. Cool. Very nice. Dawn Splitter. Deals burn on self and burn on target damage. Max 30%. Combat start. Apply true protection to true random other allies. Prioritize allies that do not have protection among them. Prioritize Dawn Office allies. At 30 Light of Daybreak, activate Crack of Dawn instead of once per turn. Coin power +1 for every 6 burn and tremor. At 20 plus Light of Daybreak, activate the following effects. Final power +1, everything become unbreakable. On final coin hit, activate burn on target, then reduce the burn. Apply 1 Dawn Herald next turn to all allies. What's Dawn Herald? Max attack of 3. Base skills that inflict burn potency deal more damage. If the skill was Wrath, deals more damage. If the skill that inflicts burn potency gains more clash power. If this unit is a Dawn Office, gain more base power instead, and lose 1 stack. Burn, burn, burn. You see, kid, fire is not the be-all, end-all solution to every problem you've got. When it comes to using heat-modulating weapons like these, the deciding factors often come down to when to spark the flame and how hot you let it burn. Yeah, that's why I'm always chewing on your ear off about how important it is to feel the moment. That comes with the territory of using heat-modulating weapons. But on the other hand, when the moment tells you to burn it all down, don't hold back and just let it rip. You want to know who's the best in the field? Let's see, well, the best of the best got to be Vermilion Cross, I'd wager. Vermilion Cross reference again! Actually, I guess it's kind of useful if you're doing dying because of a massively fucked up Sinclair will come back with buffs, so his dead friends. It's still a bit niche. Vermilion Cross is in 1, must be Christmas. Maybe we'll get Vermilion Cross, form of the Blood Fiend. Form of the Blood Bag, actually. Elena really did that guy dirty, huh? Imagine how powerful of a minion she would have, because Elena is a Blood Fiend, and she already didn't give a shit about the family rules or anything. Imagine how powerful of a Blood Fiend it would be if you took and transformed a color fixer. And because of transformation into a Blood Fiend, it has kind of to follow your orders because of the whole thing about Blood Fiends. Maybe he resisted too hard, maybe the process of turning someone into a Blood Fiend is a little more in depth. You can just like, you're a vampire now. But yeah, imagine how powerful it would be. Yeah, she's one of the top 10 most stupid characters in the series, which is incredibly funny. Because of all the patron librarians of the library, she took the shortest straw and got Bina of all of them. Imagine, all right, I'm following this guy. He's a little quirky. He's a quirked up white boy with a scythe and a fancy blue jacket. And I'm gonna follow him to this library because it's cool. Well, let's see who I'm gonna fight. Oh, fuck! It's an arbiter. Why is there an arbiter here? Anyway, if we have 30 Light of Daybreak, we use Crack of Dawn. Deals more damage. It's a new generation AoE, so we deal more damage if we're targeting a single enemy. Same protection appliance, If we are a 15 plus burn, we gain more coin power. We gain coin power based on burn and tremor. 3 down herald next turn on all allies. Consume burn on self and heal burn consumed HP. Consume all light of daybreak on self. At one of the countless raging battlefields of the Smoke War, this very technique melted down and cleaved through a certain decisive weapon last pair of wings and the space it inhabited, heralding the dawn's end. Ha! That almost killed me. Lady, do you think you can finish that monster off? There we go. And Guardian, with its Heat Haze clashable counter. Has assist defense. Activates Crack of Dawn instead, so we have 30 Light of Daybreak we can use as skill tree. This is very similar to Wild Hunt Heathcliff, very nice. Gains 5 Light Break, Final Power, lose burn potency, increase burn. So if we're over burning, we can shed some burn out of us. And Heat Haze, gain Light of Daybreak, gain protection, coin power. I hear, I see. I have a rough idea how to use you now. Good, let's deploy Christmas Night, Umbrian Glory, and Lantern for heals. Alright. So, the point is that a spoiler for RPGs for turning Zen into a color and making low and bind him? Is that it? Nope. Anyway, here we have it. These units, of course, are synergistic with each other. They're obviously synergistic with each other. They're from the same faction. They're incredibly powerful. For Faust, you are going to be gaining your butterflies and accumulating burn until you can use your clashable counter to unleash a more powerful version of your attack to eject the heat from your case. However, by doing so, you do not gain the buff Battle Instinct. Battle Instinct only activates when you have 30 of the butterflies, so you use your skill tree to do a powerful attack which overheats your case, giving you burn, giving her burn, right? But you gain a buff out of it. And for one turn, you won't be able to use your super powerful attack. Once you have lots of burn and you're burning to death, you can use her clashable counter to remove that burn, which is very nice. Same thing for Gregor here. Gregor is going to be accumulating burn on self because of their weapons, and once they're burning too much, you can use his clashable counter to gain assist defense and shed some of the heat out of yourself. Dawn Office Sinclair is a bitch, and I hate him, but he exists, and I have to talk about him. Once he is high enough on SP, he turns into his Devil May Cry Devil Trigger mode and becomes more powerful. That's all there is to it. Because we have these two units now, he cannot untransform from his super form. So he's gonna constantly stay as a Super Saiyan. Let's build a team, shall we? Liu Association Yisang for sanity maintenance. For Dawn, in terms of burn, we have the Sync Association South Section, East Section 3 for haste on burn, but I prefer to deal more slash damage. Ryoshu will be giving us burn on kill, spread the burn on kill, which is very nice. Merso is going to be giving us, let's see, what do you do again? Inflict more burn. I guess burn is nice. Yeah, burn is nice. Let's go with that. There's really isn't that much. We could use Encorp Grobhammer for the power up at low health, but ideally you don't want to be on low health. So this idea, some little cosmetic extraction screen, but the color would change if you pull the hypothetical color fixing, like turning purple, blue, indigo. Looked pretty, actually. You know what? I think that would be cool. I think that if they actually do a color fixer at some point on us, I think that's what's going to happen, because it's a really cool idea. And again, it's going to be the banner, right? It is a color fixer after all. But what color are we getting it first? Because it's definitely not going to be the Red Mist. And definitely it's not going to be Vergilius, or maybe the Vermilion Cross, since it was already referenced. Could be. Could be. Alright, let's continue building our team here. More damage, more... This is just burn, extra damage on blunt burn, right? Blunt burn, yeah. We don't use blunt here on the sting, so we're gonna go with... Gee, Ishmael always disappoints me with the support abilities, man. Let's pop her with Zwei Association for some defense. This is a trio we're using. Possible the Red Mist on Don Quixote ID. Kira Ishmael. Kira Ishmael requires a purple resonance, and we're not gonna get a lot of purple. Rodion remains as is because Rodion deals more damage, it's just that good, and Blade Legends also for kill confirmations. Alright. Yeah, if we ever get a Red Mist, it would be a mistake not to put it on Dawn, honestly, because it would be cool. It would be, you know, she would be so happy. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I try not to speculate too much about these things because you know how it is. I mean, Yoshihide is likely to be the one that is going to get it because she already has 2 egos that are dual wield, and the very first one is dual wielding weapons that the Red Mist in Lobotomy Corporation dual wields, so this might be it. But then again, I try not to talk much about what is going to be or what it will be, for the simple reason that there are still people out there that says that Yiseng was a poor choice for Rian, and that it should have been, say, Merso. Right. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Today is going to be an Extreme Mirror Dungeon, so we're not going to go fully packed, mind you. We're going to take the big pack boy here and this and call it a day. All right, give me the burn. Let's burn this house down. The idea is to fit in some way. I think it's a story in the book based on, if I remember correct. Perfect, Moises. That is exactly what it has to be. Because the way it works is that while Merso would conform to the whims of the will of the city by being an index, he would conform to it. Yiseng would surrender to it, which is exactly what Rian did. Alright, we don't need the boss, we have a team of 3. What we need is this, because we have 3 guys, and we need money. Lots of money. Loads of money! Base Road is better because it's 6 own ref for 30% damage hits. Yep, it's just that good. Base Rhoda is special by being really powerful. Hey, let's put the Faust on this. How about it? What do you think putting Faust on the pink shoes? 2 burn gifts here. This is a unique gift, so we're gonna go focus on that. All right, let's deploy. You get a new Dawn Office Ego gift. I forgot. We'll get it in the future. Let's deploy Greg, her, and him. There we go.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요.
Road is special by being a nobody. What pack is the new Dawn Office gift? I have no idea, my friend. We will see if something else will come up. Alright, usually this is the part where I get shafted by playing a trio like this, or I mean a solo, because if you have seen my previous streams, we were running into a lot of troubles fighting these guys solo. Just goes for show that no matter how powerful you are, if a pack of 6 homeless men with pickaxe rush you, you are going to die. Sunset Blade. Alright, so let's recap. As we use our abilities for these 2, we are going to gain our permanent buff here. Once Faust is too overheated, either of them is too overheated, we can vent that overheat with a clashable counter. He has an assist defense, so we're going to use that to mitigate damage. Skill tree at 30 stacks will become empowered, as well as the clashable counter. Got it.
이런 건 참이 아는 거야.
I gotta see the animations a little closer because it's difficult to see those animations on the trailer. Alright, the hand's already overheated. Nice. Assist defense are so nice. I still think they should be a part of the kit of every sinner. Maybe when we get up type 5 for the sinners, base sinners, they all get assist defense in some way, somehow.
당신의 판단을 따를게.
잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Oh, if it is not a pack specific, we can probably craft it. I gotta see the fucking voice lines. I forgot to see that. Now that we have access to the voice lines, we can see it.
추락하더라도 괜찮니? 이 노을이 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게.
There he is. Delicious edgy dialogue from him. How are we on cases? We're still not nowhere close to activating our special.
칼날 사출.
Oh, it makes even a nice little mechanical noise.
잘 이용하지
Look at those
못하셨을
blades, man. That is beautiful. Look at that. I would say, though, I don't like how spindly the limbs of the blades are. I guess they're made by some unobtainium material that you can't cut through, but it feels like you could snap that with your hand, like, just... What a feeble bunch.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
Alright, cleared in 2 turns. They are very powerful. They are very powerful. I like it. Me when I'm finally able to use a mirror ward version of where I'm a powerful fixer, but somehow die because I got jumped by a bunch of pickaxe wielding maniacs. Yep, that's the whole thing. Take the brass ring so we can empower. I don't know if you can snap them at all. Yeah, probably not, but I'm just thinking, like, if you want to get rid of the weapon. Nice job, Faust. You are
매번
very
저만
smart.
책임졌으니 이번엔 부탁하겠습니다.
But still, it's a little too spindly. I feel like if it wasn't burning hot, you could just... But it's probably made of, like, high-quality metal or some unobtainium. In my opinion, Faust is much better as a DPS than Gregor after she scales.
추락하더라도 괜찮니?
Yeah, she's supposed to be the damage dealer, and he's supposed to be the protector.
쉽지 않도록 더 뜨겁게.
Alright, we're gonna have the permanent, edgy teenager dialogue every time we enter a battle, which is nice, I suppose.
전에 많이 뒤쪽으로.
Here you have assist attacks coming out crazy. Very powerful burn application.
행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면
No fear in the world will ever cower me into feeling.
저를 도망치게
Very
할 수
good.
없을 거야.
Let's see that skill tree in action.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나.
It's not fully powered, but we'll use it anyway.
멈추고 싶지 않으며
이렇게들 허약해서.
꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
Ah, there we have it. It turned that into giblets. I love when that happens.
않았습니다.
Skincare skill tree just permanently have attack weight. Yep, he is very, very similar to Wild Hunt Heathcliff, I'll be honest. He has a mode that he turns into that drains his sanity constantly, but while he is in that mode, his skill tree becomes a AoE, which is incredibly nice. We've seen my extreme when I went after the beautiful voice achievement. He did that. He
공세가 시작되기 전에
turned the battlefield into a massacre with his attacks once he got enough coffins, because the only difference here is that he needs to get kills to actually scale up his attacks. I got 2 skill trees, let's use them right off the bat. Actually, no, use a flashable counter. Here, and here. Gregor makes Sinclair not bitch and whine hard enough to leave his super form, so he's basically like that, on and a half an ID. Yeah, just like Sinclair is half a man.
이런 건
Sinclair has attack weight for free. A lot of other IDs have attack weight for free. It's not exclusive to him, but it's a very nice. Back before this 2 existed, you had to maintain that with sanity,
않았습니다.
which was difficult, but
역시 우리 사무소의
now it's no longer a problem.
설령 노간이랑 추락하더라도
Alright, go Sinclair. Stab. Stab to the extreme.
우리 식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게
빛과 같이.
타올라라. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
Oh,
휘몰아쳐라.
I just realized that when Sinclair does the stabbing motion, you can kind of see the curve of his ass. It's not a nice thing to see, but it's there.
그렇게는 않았습니다.
Next time I use the big stabber, I'll show you. Dawn Splitter.
전에 많이 뒤쪽으로. 이렇게들 허약해서야.
Very good, very good. I like the animation. Most attack weight we have is unfocused volley, which kind of sucks. Yeah, because they've been realizing that having pure attack weight kind of blows. Alright, let's see what we got. Prejudice, so we get some healing. Since we're trying to go as far as we can, we're gonna need pretty much everything. Our team is all slash, so we don't benefit from that gift, the exit gift. We do have a singular pierce skill though, but wouldn't justify bringing this. We can take the grimy iron stake for defense level down though. Let's enhance our burn gifts. Let's enhance our badge immediately actually, so that if our guys die, they don't. Talisman bundle, power up. We are going to get criticals eventually, so let's power up the wooden doll as well. And let's get it on. Let's get it going. And attack weights are very powerful because... Let me share this story again. Some time ago, I was playing a lot of JRPGs, especially RPG Maker games. And those RPG Maker games you always are playing at a numerical disadvantage. That's why you usually get a lot of AoEs on your skills, attacks that can hit multiple enemies at the same time, so that you don't get fully shafted by the action economy, which I discussed this several times here. Let me show you the crack of the... it's not the powered attack. The difference between an attack weight attack in Limbus right now and one with focus volley is that the attack weight, you can see exactly who is going to be targeted by it. And focus volley has the attacks going to a different target every time, so it's a little... It's not a consistent damage. Like, you throw the attack out there and you just have to hope that it's going to hit each target or focus on a single one. Let's use the assist defense zone. This could be a fight where actually getting his Q3. Oh yeah! Depending how long it goes. Anyway, as I was saying, because the way the Limbus Company works with the action economy, with even the healing abilities or any other skills that give you buffs are attacks as well, we're almost charged. We're almost fully charged. I have to use a skill tree here, but let's save that one for later. Just wait. It's gonna be the rerun of the railway first, I believe, and then we're gonna get Pento 10, or at least a teaser for it, or the new game mode. There's also that. It was on the what's it called? It was on the roadmap. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a new game mode soon. I'm eager for it. Anyway, as I was saying, because of the way Limbus Company works as a game, the action economy, everything is an attack, and even your defense skills are quite powerful and offensive sometimes. Alright, we got Battle Instinct, we got 30, we got the big power attacks coming in. And I want to see nothing but the power attacks. I don't use that. The Final Fast 30 Coffins better than his skill tree. I already used it, I want to see it. There we go, we got the camera movement! Ooh, yes! Beautiful. And there's Sinclair doing his best. I like those animations. Let's investigate that factory, shall we? We haven't seen it, I'll be seeing it next time. This is a very good animation. Alright, Faust, you have 30. You're not overheated yet. Somehow, you're supposed to be overheated after using that. So why aren't you? Does this guy have enough surgery? I feel like we hit him pretty hard. Yeah. He's gonna die, so let's use this on this. Oh, everyone that got an enhanced skill tree now get this little shine. It's very nice. Here we go. the
멈추고
you can't
싶지
look at his bottom, look at his ass as he uses the attack.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
There you go. You get to see the perfect shape of a buttock here, and they still say that Limbus Company has no fan service. Ah, 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 I feel sick. Why did I say that?
따르겠습니다.
Ah.
조심하죠.
Alright. As I was saying again, to finish with my thought and not, you know, completely forget what I was saying, the way Limbus Company, since every attack, defense, buff, heal is an attack and it has to respond to an enemy attack, playing as a solo unit is incredibly difficult unless you have evades or AoEs to deal with the crowds. This thing having a lot of assist defenses, it... That's why it's called the Crack of Dawn! Beautiful, that's great, thank you. Giving a new meaning to this office. Oh wait, everyone decided to guard, what the fuck? Alright.
여명의 빛과 같이
나갈 수 없어.
You're ready to see this for an hour. You got it, that was really good, Orlando. That was really good. Anyway, this team is exceptionally good because of the amount of support attacks, just like Lord Lu, because you have a lot of things to work in your favor to avoid getting shafted by the action economy. Let's take this one and call it good, because we're a burn team primarily. What we got on the second one? Carmilla! Oh yes! And Carmilla here too. This is only for bleed. We're gonna go visit Papa Bongi, because Papa Bongi is an essential pack. Here it is. We need to visit him. We need to buy chicken. We got a booklet Sheen over there, yep. Yeah, go to the secret pack. Fat guy! Slap away the hand, kill him.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요.
Let's see. Counter.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
And he already lost a clash. How wonderful. Thank you, Sinclair. Very nice.
설령 녹아내려 추락하더라도
Alright, we got skill trees ready to rock.
이 놀이 식지
Let's rock, then later. We save our skill trees.
타블라라.
One thing that is very poorly explained in Limbus Company is the dex, the amount of skills you have. As you maybe already know,
역시 우리
that,
사무소의 자랑이
what's it called? You have a limited number of skills before they refresh. You have one skill tree, two skills two, and three skills one. And these are per skill slot basis. This is never explained because a lot of people pay attention to it. We just deal with whatever is here and whatever attack's gonna come next. So for example, on this pack here, this skill slot, we have one skill tree, three skills ones, two skills twos, etc, etc. If we use a skill tree in the slot here, it won't appear until I have used all my other skills again. That's why the skill trees tend to be a little rarer. Put faster slot one since you would want to get the slot scale faster. I could do that, but I kind of like Gregor more. Like, I know she deals a lot more damage, but I kind of like Gregor more. His animations are cool.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
노을빛으로
Very good.
생각해서야
I gotta sleep now. Have a nice day, whatever time it is. See you around, Orlando Levy, and thank you for being present. tune in tomorrow for an attempt at streaming Power Word, because I want to stream it. I want to see if my computer can handle streaming it, and it's a 1.0 update, and I'm very excited for it. And Saturday, I am not sure, depending on how the stream goes tomorrow, because I'm gonna start Lobotomy Corporation soon.
더 뜨겁게.
Gregor teaching Sinclair the way of camera movement for our farm, indeed.
운명의 빛과 같이
But they can just do that, because Dante is technically watching all this through his tablet. And so whenever he does that, the camera just does that. It's just an ability that you gain.
스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다면 이 끝에서
Have plenty of pride, actually.
기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면
칼날 사출.
그 어떤 두려움도 저를 도망치게 할 수 없다면
Yeah, not only are we getting some power creep on units in Limbus Company, we are getting animation and art assets creep, man. Because these are looking really good. We're borderline on animation now. Because as you see, every idea on Limbus Company, they don't have animation per se. They go from frame 0 to frame 1. So when they slice a weapon into the air, they go from readying the attack, and then the attack being done, and then you put some visual effects to simulate the swing of a blade. This was a very clever way to disguise the... Well, Project Moon has always been clever with this, honestly, to disguise your budget. Because, as you recall, Lobotomy Corporation was a failed project in terms of money. They got scammed by translators, they didn't reach their goal for crowdfunding, and all of that. And so, to hide the fact that they didn't have good art assets to go, they made the whole thing about the cognition filter, you know? So you don't see the full scope of the action in the facility because we put a filter on your computer so you don't see all the bad things that are happening, so you don't go insane. And that was a very clever way, a very diegetic way to explain, yeah, we don't really have a lot of people to do art assets, so we're going to use these, and we're going to give a justification so you can, as to why. We could stretch this further into Library of Ruina, because the library is just Lobotomy Corporation as Angela's ego, so you could assume that the cognition filter was there as well, since it was Angela's idea. The cognition filter wasn't originally there. There we go. Chicken's chicken. And so the things that we saw in the battles were there to the full extent of their power animations. Although we just got a confirmation that the people in this mirror world are stronger than ones from the library, but still, you can see that the money that we're putting into the game it's getting here. We're getting almost animations now, and it's fantastic, and I love it. And I wish the best of this lovely, lovely studio. Glory to Project Moon. Glory to the director. Problematic animation quality gap, kinda, yeah. Chicken. But they already seem to be, at least I can infer, with my beautiful, big, beautiful bald head, I can catch some stray trend of fate that they might be in ideas of overhauling older units. There might be a possibility there. Mostly because, well, they already seen that they want to do this with the Uptie 4 for Eagles, at least the older ones. So it might be a possibility, who knows? How do we get gluttony skills for Hongwu support passive? Skills. We are not going to. We're gonna find the Eagle gift that gives us this. As you can see, it's not active right now, but eventually, as we're doing a Mirror Dungeon Extreme, we will get the skills. The resources, I mean. Or we can just do this, you know? We can just do this. Because right now, if we check our Eagle gifts, we have nothing that gives us Eagle resources. But here we have it, Blue Zippoliter, a tier 1 that gives you random affinity eagles. You take this, and you can activate whatever you want. And my headless headphones are running out of battery. That means it's soon be time to go, well, single thing here. Alright, let's see. Can we enhance something? We do use Tremor, so we can use this. Very nice. Tremor powered up. We don't need a ruptured chicken at all. We don't use blunt at all. It's not enough to fuse anything here. Let's just leave with this. It's a good lineup so far.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요.
Can you imagine if Mersol's Capstone Ego somehow led to huge buffs to N-Corp fanatics? But maybe with the N-Corp, Mersol would still never get his moment because of that ID. I don't know, maybe. I don't think the Capstone for Mersol is gonna give a buff to N-Corp fanatics. Maybe to other N-Corp units, perhaps, but fanatics, I don't think so. The fanatics seems to be a one-and-done close thing. They did add their extreme mirror gift for then, but it's an extreme mirror gift. You have to reach the extreme mirror dungeon first to actually have a chance to get that gift. Ah, my cigar is over. Good cigar though, very nice.
이런 건 참이 아는 거야. 전에
Right, now I'm in full focus mode. I am in the zone. I am in the clear. I am having a good time.
스승님을 행복하게 할 수 있다.
And I hope you are too, because while we don't have an event to go with this Walpurgis, it's still very nice to see how the animation team and the sprite work is coming along, because this is some delicious almost animations here. Compare this to any of the release IDs, man. This is insanely good.
나아갈 수 없어.
They're really getting their mitts on the engine they're using.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
I can imagine there'll be some buffs for a new N-Corp faction, Kanto 10, unless he's very selfish. Who knows? There's a lot we don't know about N-Corp yet. Ooh, a chair disc. Very nice. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears. With good mounting trials, nothing too crazy. Yes. Equalizer. This one has Gear Shrapnel. Gear Shrapnel is very good because of the defense up and poise. And as well as more damage on critical hits, which we will get critical hits eventually. But I'd rather get something else, so give me a refresh. Dust to Dust and Phantom Pain. Hermilla. I guess we could go here, but we could also pack search for something more unique. What do we have as unique gifts here? We could go Magical Girls and Idea as well. We do have Blade. We have mostly Slash. We could also go for Yield My Flesh to clean their bones to get some Slash gifts. Yes, let's go with Yield My Flesh. Let's try to get the Slasher gift. Not what I want, but I'll take it. What's doing here? Can you give Mustache down enough cigar of facade, but it'll cost them just get a firstborn child? Yeah, a lot of people would go for it. Come on, you're playing a Project Moon game. You're not gonna have a firstborn. Ah, god damn it! It's the impossible one.
걸림돌이
Oh well.
되고 싶지 않았는데.
It is what it is. Let's go into this focus encounter and have a good time.
공세가 시작되기 전에 파우스트가 나서겠습니다.
Take off this and put it here so it charges. So it's completely out of charge. Damn it. So once this one here runs out of battery, I'm gonna have to switch up to my abomination of a headset that I have and call it a day.
식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타올라라.
여명의
Go. I love the music for the interval. All the intervals have such great music, man. I say this every time that I start vibing to one.
많이 뒤쪽.
선배를 스승님을 행복하게 할 수
There we go.
이 끝에서
How are you charged up? You're not fully charged up yet. You need more charge. Charge, yeah. It's the charge burn team. Don't you see the charge that they have here? It really should have been charged. they already done IDs that have like, oh, this unit deals burn and poise, but it's only considered a unit that deals burn. Like with Valentina Rodion, they could have done, this is a charge unit, but not really, only counts as a unit that uses burn and tremor. Instead they gave us this bootleg charge. I guess this is more supposed to be like an overheat meter rather than a charge. Which like, kinda works, I guess. How are you looking, Faust? 28. Not enough yet. We could technically do this. We are faster, so this skill will go first, and then we'll go this one. How about you don't get offset it? Here we go. Big attacks coming in all around. Show me what you got, Faust. Big attack. It's lacking a little something there, isn't it? Ah, he didn't get the aura farm moment. Damn it. They killed him before he could do the cool crack of dawn attack. Talisman bundle, more fuel for the Eagle Furnace, unfocused encounter, here we go. Is this the one where we fight June? What is this? About the Limbus Company ending question I asked about the stream before, would all Walpurgis IDs be shardable at the end of the Limbus or not? I don't see why not. If it comes to Limbus Company and really reaching end of service. And assuming they got a new game ready, but we'll see. Nice tails roll. There we go. On stagger, we get an assist attack from Faust.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
Very nice. Clash Royale counters are so good, man, especially if they are an assist defense skill. Good. Looks good to me. Go! I think that was on one side of the Clash Royale counter. I still get the assist defense, though. Like, if, by the theory we went down last time, Moises, if, for whatever reason, Limbus Company reaches end of service, like 10 years of Limbus is complete, the story is done, we're all true, and the director decided to keep the game alive, like, it's now a single-player game you can download and just play, I don't see why they wouldn't leave the Walpurgis IDs to be shardable, or have them appear, like, every, I don't know, happens every week or something, like a funny little event. How are our charges? We are ready to use our big, beautiful attacks. Big, beautiful attacks all set. Go! And you lost a Clash of Maximum Sanity. Interesting. I guess it's because I don't have my other headphone, but I feel like there should be an explosion there at the end.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
Dawn Splitter. Such cool names. The name Dawn Splitter kind of reminds me of Morrowind item. I should play Morrowind on stream sometime. I liked Morrowind. I don't own Morrowind now that I think of it. I should buy it. It's a cheap game. It's a great game. Has great lore. Don't let anyone convince you of otherwise. The gameplay might be incredibly flawed due to their, you know, expert design choices, but it can be circulated with mods easily. And there's a shit ton of mods that are very good that I haven't checked it out yet. I should take a look at it at some time. Yes. There you could just buff Suda Sinclair into the Sun Exploding to how many characters are related to him and Ruina. There's still the Wedge office. There's still the Wedge office that could come along. That is a scary possibility now that I think of it. Hey, free level ups. Assuming we pass the test, that is. Which we will. We have Wrath for days. So yeah, don't worry. Sinclair's gonna get another buff because he's the director favorite. Dawn Office Sinclair specifically is going to get a lot of buffs. Once the Dawn Office, the Wedge Office come along. Blood Pack for some small boy heals. Enhance these. Enhance this again. Anything we gotta sell here? Well, let's see. Let's fuse for Slash real quick. And where is that thing? There we go. Fuse for Slash. We got Moment of Sentencing. Not the best outcome. I wanted something else, game. Anything else I can sacrifice here? Because all these gifts are really, really good right now. Yeah, that can be done. I guess not what I wanted. Oh well. Wedge Office is making him a poise ID, Oswald ID making him bleed, or Galia making him charge, or whatever other bullshit to do with those IDs. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe we're gonna get every single character from Rowena or LobCorp. Although I could be wrong, 10 years is a long time for a game, and eventually they will have other ideas, but it's still I wouldn't be surprised. It's more likely that these two will get a power-up instead. The one attack coming out, it's a paralyzer. It's likely that Wedge Office is going to probably be a poise tremor unit. Because it seems like they're running a team of like tremor being the stagger damage. Flash of sunup.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
Big burn. And how are we on charge? We're not charged up yet. One side of the guard. Oh, you're slow. Oh, you're so slow. Well, at least you can defend. Not charged up enough yet, so we just go for a normal clash, and you get a one-sided attack. Let's rock with this. Come on, stable boy. Everything I mentioned is just gonna end up being tremor. Everything's tremor these days. It's actually sickening how greedy this status is. It's the sloth status. They're big, they're round, they're yellow. It's the consequence of turning removing stagger from the game and it becoming a thing that is affected by a specific status effect rather than being just, you know, a thing. That is one of the things I dislike about Limbus. We got rid of the stagger bar. I liked having a stagger bar instead of the stagger beam on your HP. Crack off, Dawn! Do the cool he died before he could do the cool camera. Oh well, we're still on the first 5 floors, so everyone is kind of weak, kind of made of paper. What do we got? Nothing that I wanted. I guess we get Nebulizer. That's something at least. Let's increase their HP. Burn will get through it. Funny coin. Let's go for time killing time. We need we do tremor, so time killing time will be perfect actually. I got these tremor charge, spend self tremor to inflict damage on enemy because what the fuck not, man. Who gives a shit anymore? It would be meta anyway. It's tremor hemorrhage, I guess. Yeah, no, Argalia is going to be 100% tremor because his whole thing is about being the reverberation, remember? His scythe is supposed to be vibrating or something like that. There we go. Talk to them. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. Give me the thing now. So he's 100% going to be self-tremor.
파우스트만 사무소를 먹여 살리고 있는 것 같기도 합니다.
Let's go over here.
그럼 입장해 보지.
Ooh, 2 hours stream already. I do kind of want to limit this stream time to 2 hours, but we're having a good time.
추락하더라도 괜찮으니
Now that I'm no longer locked to the rules of the dungeon, I can do whatever I please.
더 뜨겁게
칼날 사출.
타올라라.
Did I already make dinner? I think I already made dinner. Good, 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 good.
이런 건 고참이 하는 거야.
Hey, nice that the collar is still drained from them, but the blades still stay heated up. That's a very nice detail. I like that. It's very pretty.
이 끝에서 다 함께 기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면 그 어떤 두려움과 같이
Let's turn the clashable counter into a proper attack by not letting it go one-sided. After I finish Crime and Punishment, now thinking about the what's it called? Crime and Punishment. After reviewing the time-killing time canto intervallo thing here, it still doesn't do full service to how good of a book Crime and Punishment is. Even if Rhoda did get some character development there.
칼날 사출.
That's very nice character development, but still a little shallow. But it comes to the difficulty of adapting Crime and Punishment to the city, because, again, considering the crime that Raskolnikov committed in the book compared to what Rhodia did, it isn't the same thing. And how they kind of squished characters together, because, again, Sonia wasn't a revolutionary, she was just a prostitute that was very poor and in a very bad situation because her father was a piece of shit. So yeah, it comes to a few details that are going to be difficult to adapt. But being honest, I think are going to end up being Tremor sinking. Probably. I wouldn't rule out him being the very first Tremor sinking we get. No, wait. We already have Tremor sinking. I mean more like a Tremor that is sinking. A unique Tremor.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
It was a really good time reading Crime and Punishment. I just wish I didn't do it at the end of the streams because it kind of felt disjointed. But that is going to change, so look forward for streams that are only going to be book reading and that most of you will likely skip, but I don't mind it. Because I'm probably going to be reading the book for myself, which is kind of what I want. Because the reading is nice, reading is cool, and books are cool as well. They tell you stories and allow you to perceive the thought patterns of people from the times before. You're literally talking to the dead, or at least listening to the dead. Ah, there you go. Sepia Crack of Dawn looks sick as fuck. Didn't kill that guy. That guy was... Oh, this is the boss. This is supposed to be the boss, right. Kill him.
여명의 빛과 같이.
나보다 날개짓하듯 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Very good, very good. Let's keep going. We're still very early in the mirror dungeon. We gotta get to the extreme floors before we starting having some problems here. I think we'll be using Tremor Reverb by the time our gallery releases. That guy gonna be using some bullshit like Tremor Reverberation setup that's just stronger? Probably. He is a grade 1 fixer. No, he's a collar fixer, mind you. He is literally a collar fixer. He is probably going to have a unique Tremor. Washable counter.
칼날
One attack on the counter before, but we can handle that much. Should give it a unique Tremor buff, but it would be much more unique. Pretty much, yeah. It's, if I recall correctly, Argalia had a gimmick about attacking enemies that had the same speed as the... He applied stacks of reverberation on the target, and when you attacked the enemy that was as fast as the stacks of reverberation, he gained a shit ton of buffs by doing so. It was an actually decent gimmick, I'll be entirely honest. Struggling. Oh, you're paralyzed, that's right. You'll be fine. Once you clash, you lose one paralysis. Anyway, that was his gimmick. He applied reverberation on targets, and if the reverberation was on the same level as the target's speed, you would gain like power-ups against that target. So it probably would be the same here. Like you would either give bind or or even haste, he'll probably do something similar to that.
이렇게들 이런 건
Or his unique tremor will do something similar as well, like giving bind or haste to the enemy so that the stacks of reverberation would match and he would gain his power-ups. That's how I would do it, at least. Less bad self-tremor reverberation with his buddies, making best support in Limbus that just slaughters you when you get some fake charge or something. We already have a tremor that benefits your teammates. That is called Tremor Unity. The only way to get Tremor Unity right now is through an Ego Gift,
저를 도망치게 할 수 없을 거예요.
which is okay, I guess. It's a very powerful Tremor type for support. That guy's gonna burn to death, so we don't have to do anything against him. All these guys are using defense skills, so we get a free hand at them. Charge up, everybody. I am running out of battery on my headless headphones, so I am going to prepare to use this abomination I call a headset. It is very tenderly duct taped together for 2 other headsets. One day I'll buy a better one, but this is a piece of shit that has served me well and will continue to serve me well for quite a while. So let me just expedite the process here since I'm running out of battery on my headless headphones. Alright, plug it in. Crush these guys. There's nothing else to do in this fight. And let me unplug this from my gear. And there we go. Perfect. Just a way to do Sony ID would just have that gift as one of his passes or some shit? Probably. It's will make sense. He's supposed to be like the leader of the Eurodiv faction, the saint, if you could call it that. Oh shit, you might hear the game through my headphones if I said it too loud. I don't want to actually wear this, because it's not comfortable. Limbus, where's... Hold on. 1 second. Limbus, why are you muted? What is going on here? Did unplugging my headphones make Limbus go mute? Was Limbus muted this whole time? Please tell me it wasn't. What the hell is going on here? 1 second, we are experiencing some technical issues of the esoteric kind. How do I do this again? Bop, bop. Nope. Only after you change your headphones. Interesting. Why is my computer like that? Why is this a thing that happens? Shit, how do I fix this? I might have to do something that I don't like doing, which is using desktop audio instead of Limbus audio. I kind of dug up these headless headphones from the depths of my electronics box here. So I'm gonna have to use desktop audio. So if my computer makes any noise, like an error or something, you guys are unfortunately going to hear it. I don't know what's up with that. Technical issues and all that. Sorry. It happens. It happens. It's better that I learn that it happens now, because again, I dug up these headless headphones from the garbage that's on my electronics box. I'm surprised they're still working, and they worked really well up until now, where they ran out of charge, and I don't have a spare USB dongle to plug it in and recharge it. So yeah, possibly a full stop, indeed. Indeed, Moises. So yeah, if my computer makes noise, you're gonna hear it, like Windows error or something. Hopefully it won't come to that. Anyway, back to the game, back to focusing on the game. How are you on charge? And nowhere near. These guys are doing some work. They're doing exceptionally well. They're still below the floor 5 anyway, so why am I saying this? Floor 5 is, unless we're using our restrictive rules, is easy peasy. Now that we have a new overlay, which is pretty and beautiful, and I love it, and I put a lot of effort into it, I am planning on soon, maybe one day, have a well, a different avatar or something of the like, since, well, it's the natural next step, and maybe it will be cool, maybe it will be not. I will give it a try nonetheless. But when I say a new avatar, probably a VTuber model or something like that, it's literally just going to be me. I'm not going to make anything fancy about it, just literally going to be me. Which will be fun. I just need to find someone who can do it for me. On the cheap. Ah, the sepia. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and make it a thumbnail for a video. What are these cats doing? Anyway, other games that I'm planning to stream in the future as well. Besides Limbus, well, already there are aforementioned Lobotomy Corporation, Powered, and Library of Ruina, which is gonna be sweet and very fun. I'm planning on playing Space Marine soon too. I bought a new controller, new no-name brand controller with 1, 2, 3, 4 on instead of, you know, the actual symbols on it, because you can buy these for cheap, very cheap. But yeah, new games coming in soon. Let's see. We have 3 sinners only on the field, so we can't get the powered up gifts, the tier 5 gifts, unfortunately. But we can do with plenty with the current ones. See, anything we can sacrifice here? Everything here is pretty good. This is... yeah, we can keep this one. We got tier 1 gift. Tier 1 melted paraffin. Good. Good. Off we go. On to the Time Ripper. I hear the cats currently clawing at the plastic drum I have where I keep their food. They're clawing at it. They're not hungry. They have food on the outside. It's just that they want to eat from inside the barrel for some reason. I don't understand my cats sometimes. They just want to do these things. Unclashable. Can assist defense clash against that? I don't think it can. But we're gonna try it anyway. No one has an evade here, so we can't evade the unclashable. Yeah, it's unclashable, so a clashable assist guard will not do anything. Oh well, kind of expected that. Let's do this. Ignore the little tick-tack clock attack. Go. Actually, no. 2 attacks that can't be clashed, that's fine. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Row, action. The one-sided attacks are so good, man. The outside, the assist attacks. The assist attacks are so good. It actually puts a degree of strategy for using your units, even if you are at a skill slot disadvantage. Sadly, we didn't get any unique gifts from this pack except for the one that gives us bind to the enemy. I suppose it could be better. You go deal with these little dudes, and you two will clash against it. Master and Pew Pew united into beating the hell out of this guy before he flashes us with all his brains. You can get over the fact that he literally flashes us. That's not cool, man. I don't want to see a bunch of brains. I'd rather you stay on this form. This form is so much cooler. Even if you have that stupid little chimney hat. His hat has a chimney. This is like exaggerated levels of steampunk. Alright, is everybody charged up? Is everybody ready to put a good old show for us? Yes, everybody is. Let's pop him like a zit. Let's pop him like a zit. Ah, the camera manipulation. Oh, blimey!
멈추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
Here we go.
거세게.
전부 펼쳐내.
역시 우리 사업.
There's the pride of our office. I think that took almost its entire health bar. That was pretty cool to watch. That was pretty sweet. Let's keep up with the stride. We still are fully charged with Fire Butterfly Coffin, so we can do that again. Any attacks coming our way that we can redirect? No, the guy's fast as hell. Oh well. Since you are so low on health, I am going to completely ignore all of your attacks, and I'm gonna go for the staggered part. Although, yeah, no, this one's gonna go without a hitch, this one is gonna get evaded, and this one's gonna clash for the big attack. Here we go.
그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
전부 펼쳐내.
Ah, there was no need. We didn't even get to go see the cool attack again. Oh well. On to floor 4. Or 5. I remember where we are. I forgot. Again, one render tier 1 ego gift. Gain this thing. Something else. The clash against with higher defense levels, clash power plus true. That is nice. I don't know if it affects our team, but it's nice. So we're gonna take it. And Broken Compass, next fragment. I'll take Broken Compass. Inflicting sinking on everyone is always a nice option. Floor 5, and we got... this would be cool. This would be cool. But we're gonna get this first. We can go for Season of the Flame after. That is a very powerful ego gift. Or I could finish the string here, maybe. Who knows? Say that you don't know. I'm gonna burn you to death.
그럼 입장해 보지.
Go against this guy again. We don't have any way to counter that, so someone is going to get snousted up. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Go. Oh, come on. There we go. I always feel that that coin hits absurdly high for what it is. It's just an unbreakable. Why does it hit so hard? The brilliant hidden behind the Brutality Mountain Trials. We'll take it. It's worth taking it. Because it's a very powerful one. Since we're not relying on evades here, it's not that much of a problem because we're gonna have our own power-ups. Who's this targeting? You're targeting him. Okay. Let's go like this. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Sunset Blade, strike! Very good. Everything is staggered. Everything is burning. How are you charged up, old pal? Not enough charge, but we'll use it anyway because I will kill it. And you just do your thing. Go. Very nice. Easy boss fight, easy gifts, easy fusion gifts for us too. More fuel for the furnace. And a charge gift. Push the hand away. No, don't want to shake your hands. You're grody. You're gross. Get those foul hands away from me.
Postman. 사무소를 먹여 살리고 있는 것 같기도 합니다.
Ooh, Decamillion Heart Flame. Cool. An employee card that gives us charge. Nice. Metronome, a unique gift. Mirror Tactile Synesthesia. It's just tremor on everyone. So some gifts, so we can get money. We don't actually use this because it requires 5 units with sync with tremor, and we don't have those. And we're out of money. That means we can't upgrade anything. Except metronome. Good. Let's get on to the floor.
발목 잡지 않고
Let us slop on down.
최선을 다할게요.
Still trying to figure out why is the combined chat I'm using not scrolling to the bottom at all times. It kind of stops and I can't see the last message on OBS, but I can see it on my preview, which is strange to say the least. Alright, we already know how this fight works. There's no mystery here.
칼날 사출.
It's going to be Pride, Glue, and Sloth. 3D flowers.
선배를
Let's obliterate one immediately.
이 끝에서
Yep.
다 함께
Yep.
기쁨을 나눌 수만 있다면
And not yet charged up, so we use a power
어떤
counter.
두려움도
Goody. Go. Obliterate that flower, German twink.
멈추고 싶지 않아.
Set it ablaze.
나쁘진 않았습니다.
이렇게들 허약해서야. 자네 많이 부족해.
전략을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Right, we already got the first thing here, except hello. Ooh, we almost fucked up there, Sinclair. Don't do that again. How are you on charge? We're not charged up yet, so we're just gonna use this turn to hit it and gain our charge. You are gonna be charged up next turn, so we can do the big Dawn Office combo.
칼날 사출.
Ignore the singing in the background. Again, as I mentioned many times before, I do share this room with someone else, and sometimes the other person wants to sing. I don't mind it though. You don't come to this channel for quality content. The only quality content I can put out is this overlay, which I'm very proud of. Now it's time to burn. It's time to burn. It's time to use our cool attacks. Here we go.
칼날 사출. 전부 펼쳐낸 나비처럼.
567 damage, not bad at all.
우리 사무소의 자랑이.
The extra coin is really putting in a lot of work. Oh, yes! Oh, this puts a lot of hope into my heart in the future when we get new Library of Ruina characters. How cool are they gonna look with their attacks? They're literally taking the artwork for the cards and turning it into proper attacks for the hype aura and moments they can do. I can't wait for certain attacks, man. Alright, it's been 2.5 hours. Should I keep going? We already get a taste of what these units can do. They're very powerful, and I did kind of write this was going to be an MDE, maybe. Actual. What do you say? There are currently only 2 people watching. There is one on YouTube and one on Twitch. What do you 2 think? Should I keep going? After all, I'm making this for you. Milky Ross, hello there. You are new, and I am not adding anyone on Discord. I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen. And I see that you did Discord with a different name there. I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen, buddy. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna finish it here now, unless you guys want to see more. There's currently just 2 people watching. You know what? I have a coin somewhere nearby. We already decide everything on Limbus Company with coins. Might as well decide with a coin toss as well. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. I have here a silver coin, 50 cents. If it lends tails, I will continue. If it lends heads, I will stop. Hold on. And boop. It landed tails. And is this tails? Yeah, this is tails. So we're stopping here today. That is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching it so far. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe and all that stuff, and recommend it to your friends. But if you didn't, please recommend it to your enemies. That is it for today. Once again, thank you all so much for being present, and until next time for Power Road tomorrow, most likely, if my computer can handle it. Otherwise, it will be a Lobotomy Corporation or just a rest day, because I need a rest day. Anyway, thank you all so much, sweet kisses, and goodbye. Bye-bye.